Okay, good morning. Today is Eight of Swords, and you can see she's kind of, well, she is bound. Her hands are bound. She has a blindfold on. She's in the middle of all these swords, and it is a card of restriction and feeling restricted. The trick is how do you get out of that? And I'm going to read a paragraph from the book because it makes a lot of sense and I can't word it any better. You feel helpless, you cannot see, you cannot move, you sense danger all around you. The situation is entirely of your own making. The good news is that if you made it, you can unmake it. You have the ability to see things clearly, you just need the courage to do so. Be aware of giving in to a sense of helplessness. Do not give up your power, take control of your life. Do not let fear bind and blind you. So this is a lot about the fear, and she's bound and blinded in the card. Swords are about thought, and they are of our own making. It's how we're seeing something, how we're perceiving it, and how we're making it up in our head. And a lot of times that is what makes us feel trapped. We're not necessarily trapped. We're trapping ourselves. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you're just kind of trapped, like you can't get out of it, you know, the biggest thing I think with the swords is when you feel a certain way, it is a good time to ask for clarity, whether it's, your spiritual clarity or actually asking someone for, hey, how do you see this? What do you think? Do you have ideas? Because a lot of times this is all about us just getting stuck in our head and we're thinking this is the only way out. Door A is it, that's all. And so many times there's a door B, C, D, E. There's ways out. We just don't see it. And sometimes we choose not to. It could just strictly be about that. But it is a way, the card a reminder, how do we get these, how do we become unbound? And a lot of times that is reaching out to somebody, because in this card, in some of the cards, there's an obvious way where she could get out. In this one, there really isn't. You can't see it. It's almost like she needs to get help. And I think, again, when we get stuck in our head, it is important to ask for help. So, anyway, don't let yourself get bound. If you feel like you're trapped, reach out to whatever that means to you, like again, spiritually or a friend or somebody. But know that there's probably lots of other doors to go through. We just need to find the right one. Okay. And too, this is a perfect example too of what my readings are about. My readings are about finding other ways to do things and other ways to look at situations. So not only do I do readings, that are about divination, it's about clarity and about how do I attack it and how can I attack it differently than I have been. So yeah, if you've ever been stuck or anything, that's really what I focus on in my readings is, helping people get out of situations or helping them to reach for different goals. So take care.